Let's talk about how to heal your thyroid. Hi, my name is Sheba and I'm your hypothyroid personal trainer. Today we are going to cover as much information as possible that we can give you to get you started on healing your thyroid and getting your life back. Now, since being diagnosed with hypothyroidism several years ago, I have spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money reading textbooks, medical journals, research, Eastern medicine, Western medicine, trying to understand not only the things that I was experiencing, but also how to really feel like myself again. That was one of the most important things that I felt like was lost since being diagnosed was me. I did not feel like myself anymore. I lost my motivation as a personal trainer. Obviously, I had gained the weight, but I also just had no energy to do anything at any time. I was exhausted all the time. My body ached. I felt swollen all the time and I felt sluggish. These were on top of the mental and emotional things that I was going through. I just felt like I was in turmoil within myself, and my obsession was with losing the weight. But today I'm going to talk to you about some of the steps that you can take in the right order, hopefully, that can help you understand, heal, and feel better and get back to the person that you know you used to be or you can be, right? Number one, the most important thing that you need to do is understand your diagnosis. When you go and talk to your doctor, it's really important and very crucial that they do a full blood panel. Now, this full blood panel should be testing your thyroid levels as well as other micronutrients in your body. That means that the doctor should ideally be writing you a requisition to do a full blood panel through which they're not only just testing your thyroid levels, but also other deficiencies in your body. This could include vitamin D, vitamin B, iron, magnesium, and any other micronutrients that they are able to test given the country, city, state, etc. you are in. If you are not able to get a requisition through your doctor, which I have noticed a lot of people have a problem in doing, go and talk to a naturopath. Now, this is something that you have to pay for unless you have health benefits that cover naturopathic treatments, but it is an investment that will really be worth it. A naturopath can ideally write you a requisition for a blood test through which they're able to test even more vitamin and mineral deficiencies, which is really crucial. And I will get to that in a second. Now, when you get this blood test done, make sure you have a copy of the result. And it is really important that you sit with your doctor or your naturopath and you learn how to read this blood test. If they don't want to do it, Google is one of your best friends. Sit online and learn how to read it. It's really important that you do this because every single state, country, etc. has its own measurements of what is considered, for example, a healthy range. And so while you might be on a healthy range, you might be either on the high end or low end of something. It could be cholesterol, magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin B. Now, these things are going to help you understand so many of the symptoms that your doctor is not talking to you about. And this drove me bananas. It's really important that we talk about your symptoms, which is number two. Now, understanding your blood test will help you understand the other things that are happening. We normally associate your thyroid not working with you either gaining weight or losing weight, right? You either think of hypothyroidism, which is where you gain weight, or hyperthyroidism, which is where you lose weight. So one is where your body can't metabolize anything, and one is essentially where your body's over metabolizing everything. And so In understanding your blood test results, you can understand the symptoms. Now, if you head on over to my website, which is www.sheba.coach, I actually have an ebook called Supplements and Symptoms, in which I'm talking about the symptoms that often occur due to deficiencies in various micronutrients in the body that are seen in hypothyroidism. Now, I'm going to give you an example. So just bear with me as I grab my notes. For example, one of the deficiencies that's commonly found in hypothyroidism includes vitamin B12. Now, a deficiency in vitamin B12 can occur in your body by showing up in the following ways. You could feel weakness, impaired memory, depression, numbness in the body, decreased reflexes, as well as being anemic or losing hair. If you want a full list, I don't want to go over all of this. I have a video that I've made, or again, you can go and download the ebook. With hypo or hyperthyroidism, there are going to be a list of symptoms that you might experience. And the thing is, you will experience the symptoms differently to someone else. It could be because they are a man, you are a woman, you might have other pre-existing conditions. It can also vary on your lifestyle, your diet habits, if you have a high processed diet, if you eat mostly high protein, you are overall healthy, you might experience them differently. And so some of the symptoms include and can affect your hair, your skin, obviously your metabolism and your weight, your energy, so you might be feeling fatigued, memory loss, or even like fog, mental fog. You might not have your motivation to do your day-to-day tasks. It can also affect your libido. And very important that doctors are not talking to women about this is it can also lead to PCOS in women, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now, I'm not going to get into that in this video. I will leave that for another video. So if you are noticing symptoms that are influencing your menstrual cycle, then you definitely need to pay attention to these, write them down, go talk to a doctor, and be persistent and demand that they do these blood tests, demand that they explain the results to you, because you are owed answers. When it comes to having a conversation around symptoms of hypothyroidism, I was not educated at all. I just thought it was weight gain. All the other things I was feeling, I remember this very specific day coming home from work at 3 o'clock, and I'm like, why am I feeling so depressed? It didn't make sense to me. Once you understand your deficiencies that can help you pinpoint the symptoms you're experiencing, the next thing you need to do is understand what foods or supplements you need to take to heal those deficiencies and be liberated from the symptoms. Okay? Does that make sense? So if there's a deficiency in something, it's going to lead to a symptom. In order to address that symptom, you got to fix that deficiency. How do you fix that deficiency? You either take the right supplement or you eat the food that provides you with that micronutrient or that vitamin or mineral. Now, there's 3 very important micronutrients with your thyroid, which are iodine, selenium, and tyrosine. Again, I talk about this in a whole different video, but these are the most crucial ones to look at, and then there's a whole bunch of other ones that I go over in my ebook and my video as well. Now, once you start enriching your body with these micronutrients that you have deficiencies in, either in food form or supplement form, it's really important that you don't stop after a couple of days or weeks because you're sick and tired of it. If you want to feel better and you don't want to be sick and tired, you need to make sure you are eating the right foods. Now, with foods, the last thing I want to say is always remember, with your thyroid, not every food that is healthy for you. In hypothyroidism, for example, there are a list of foods you should avoid. These include cruciferous vegetables, soy-based products, gluten, and a few others that I can't think of off the top of my head. There is also an ebook you can download on my website, which is a food list, and it's separated by carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and includes foods you should eat as well as foods you should avoid. Avoiding the foods that can either slow down or dampen the absorption of iodine in your body, they can slow down your thyroid function, is really important. The better foods that you eat that allow your thyroid to function better, the sooner you will start to see and feel the results and change in your body. This is going to be also crucial, but it has to be done in culmination with the other things I'm talking about. I understand as I'm saying this, and again, as a trainer, I know people can feel very overwhelmed with this much advice. People are just like, this is too much for me. I can't process it. You don't need to go and do all of this stuff in one day. Start with one thing at a time. Go to the doctor's office, make your appointment, then get your blood work done. Then learn about that blood work. Come home, read, understand what's going on, understand the levels of your blood test, what is high, what is low, what is too high, what is out of control, how do you fix that? Then start understanding the food sources. Again, I have done the research for you, and that is why the ebook is available. That is why these videos are being made for you, because I have put in hours and days and weeks and months and years into this research to simplify it for you. Take it one day at a time. Make a grocery list. Make sure it is in line with your thyroid. Start eating healthier foods, right? Then we have your lifestyle choices. With your lifestyle, there are two really important things you need to remember. Then we have your physical and your mental exercise. With physical exercise, you want to do a good combination of resistance training and cardio. Going for a walk every single day is a great form of cardio. Going for a swim is a great form of cardio. Going for a bike ride or paddle boarding, whatever it is that you enjoy, is a great form of cardio. Also, remember that walking is going to be great for your stress, because the higher your stress is, the more your thyroid will be struggling to function properly. It's really important you take care of your stress. Going for a walk is great. Grab a girlfriend, grab a friend, go for a walk and talk about stuff you're seeing online, or I don't know, whatever you want to do. But find a way to enjoy your walk. Listen to an ebook, listen to your favorite music, or even just turn everything off and just be present. Go out, get some fresh air. Like an hour a day is really good. Then you want to make sure you are doing resistance training 2 to 3 times a week. Make sure that the training you are doing is something also you enjoy. If you can hire a trainer, do that. If you need someone to write you a program, get a trainer to write you a program. That's something that I've done for a lot of clients who live far away. If you want to follow someone online, there's a lot of fitness YouTubers who make videos, whatever it is you want to do. But resistance training is really good for your lymphatic system, which is really good for your thyroid. It's also good for your muscles. It's good for your brain health. It's good for your stress. It helps to release the happy hormone. We want all of that, okay? Lastly, we have your mental exercises. By this, I'm just talking about making the time and effort to take care of your mental health. Now, stress, i.e. cortisol, has a really, really serious impact on your thyroid function, your metabolism, your overall adrenal health, as well as your, just your mental and physical health. We also know that stress can impact your personal relationships, your work, your life, your sleep in other ways as well. But when your stress levels are high, your thyroid can't function properly. This is also where taking tyrosine as a supplement can come in handy. I also did take ashwagandha, but I didn't talk about it in my thyroid supplements because it never really came up specifically pertaining to hypothyroidism. So I actually started taking ashwagandha after my TSH and T4 levels were restored. So I've only been taking it for under a year now. So I can't talk about it with relation to hypothyroidism specifically, but it has helped me a lot, and it hasn't altered my thyroid hormone or my function in any way. So I only have good things to say about it. So, whether you want to take supplements for your mental health is one thing, but also doing your due diligence to be able to efficiently control and manage your stress is very important. Whether you want to start journaling, again, you want to go for a walk, you want to speak to a professional such as a therapist, that is all fine. But it is really important that you learn how to cope with stress in your life. With hypothyroidism, there's so many symptoms, right? You could be losing hair, you're gaining weight, your skin feels dry, you're fatigued. That is already bound to stress you out. So finding ways to be at peace with where you are in your life and with your body and health is really important. When I began to really take care of my mental and emotional health was when I really began to see the changes in my body. Now, I had been on this healing journey for years, but my journey with wanting to heal was always associated with losing weight. This is something I've started to talk about more and more because I felt like that approach to healing my thyroid was probably the unhealthiest way to have done it, and it was probably the most stressful way I did it too. When I disengaged that part of my drive or my motivation to heal, I began to really focus on the other symptoms. I really started to think about the other things I was feeling and not just the weight. I began to notice that I was losing the weight. I began to notice other people noticed that I was losing the weight. And even then, I never got carried away with it. I wasn't like, oh, I'm losing weight. Now I'm going to start eating whatever I want again because I'm probably fine. I began to really fixate on doing things that I knew were good for me internally, whether it was reading better books or being around positive people. I began to politely end friendships, just like how you end a relationship. If a friendship was not adding value to who I was or my life, I kindly expressed that and I bid farewell to a lot of people. And I did not keep people in my life for the sake of having friends. I rather began to embrace and enjoy my own company because of the impact it was having on my mental health, as opposed to being around people who were stressing me out even more, who were making me feel worse about myself, my life, my spending habits, especially with girlfriends. Some of the girlfriends I had were always talking about big purchases or designer products. Now, it's fine that you want to do that, but if it made me feel less than in the moment, in the way the dialogue was being conducted or the conversation was being had, especially with what I was going through in my personal life at the time, I just did not feel like it was conducive to my mental health. I did not feel like it was profiting me in any way, emotionally, mentally. I felt I was drained after each of those conversations or those dinners, and it was too much for me. And so I did the best thing for myself, and I just said, look, I just need to prioritize myself right now. If I ever see you on the street, I will say hi. We can always talk. But I'm just not at the point right now where I can entertain this all the time. Obviously, these are not the exact words I used. I spoke to each person in my own separate way, but taking care of myself, when I started doing that, it was only in the last 2 years that I was like, I have never really prioritized myself. And I'm 37 years old. That now I'm realizing I never really spent time with myself. I never really figured out what do I enjoy. And I began to paddleboard. I started to look up golfing. I started driving to the driving range just for fun. And this made me feel really excited about myself. And the happier I got, the more weight I was losing, the better I was feeling, the better I was looking. And it was all this beautiful cycle that I was just embracing, and I'm very thankful to be there. Apart from that, I will tell you that being willing to educate yourself about yourself, what your body's going through, the changes that are happening is really important, but also being kind to yourself when you're going through something is really, really important. For anyone who has any questions, if you have any more curiosity about your thyroid health that I can help you with, feel free to leave a comment here. You can reach out to me on Instagram, on TikTok. I am xShibaX everywhere. Any platform you want to find me, that's the username to use. For all the people who have purchased my ebooks, I really thank you for trusting me with that kind of information, trusting that I'm giving you the right information, which is why I'm making a lot of effort to try and keep the information as up to date and accurate as possible. If there's anything else, please let me know. I hope you watch this full video. And if you did, just write "Think Strong Always" in the comment, and I will give one of you all of my ebooks for free. I thank you so much for watching this video. I understand it might have been a lot of information, but I understand that my intentions are to help you. And just be kind to yourself. Give yourself a lot of love. Be patient. Be kind. Love yourself. And don't forget to think strong always.